Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel, eddieinreadingland. My name is Eddie and today I'm bringing you my favorite depictions of the Temperance card. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna go and jump through to the cards. You know what? No, maybe I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna let you know that as always, I'm gonna have 2 honorable mentions and then I'm gonna go into my top 3. I don't know why I even bother to say that anymore because I never jump straight into showing you guys the cards. I always have to ramble about something or say something. But as in any case, yes, today we're looking at the Temperance card from the tarot that I own, that I currently own. So now we can jump into the cards. This is the first one that I wanted to show you guys. Here we have the Temperance card from the Red Raven Tarot by Luong and Dewey. Hopefully I remember, yes, I remember his name correctly. I have my notes over here, so you're probably gonna see me look at the notebook over there. But yes, this is my first honorable mention just because I have never seen before this tarot deck a representation of temperance in such a way that is so well, first of all, it's so much the shadow aspect of the temperance card. We have a bunch of I believe these are crows or maybe ravens, or maybe even the cup over here is winged, and it's meant to look like crow or raven wings. But as in any case, what I'm seeing here is a bunch of muddied elements all mixed together in this receptacle over here, and it's not combining well. As you can see, it's overspilling everywhere. It's just spreading everywhere. There is no cohesion of mixture here. It's just combining things for combination's sake. This doesn't seem like experimentation. This just seems like something a very frustrated person would do. This gives me a sort of mad scientist sort of feel that I really enjoy from the Temperance card. I feel like the Temperance card in Shadow is we mixing together a lot of issues and problems that really don't go together, or really they don't have any sense or reason to them, but we're somehow relating them together, and we're just making this big blob of a substance that we can make heads or tails of it. And this is exactly what this Temperance card is depicting for me. I really, really, really like how expressionistic and how much feeling this card is giving out. And I really appreciate Luong Vu. Luong Vu. I think his name means dragon. Maybe his name means dragon. I could be wrong. As in any case, this Temperance card, even though it's in shadow, it's just transmitting so much meaning to me and so much feeling that I really, really enjoy this card. It's an amazing depiction of the Temperance card in shadow. This clearly will not work for a neutral or a more general, well, probably general, but a more neutral representation of the Temperance card, because we are dealing here with the shadow aspect. But it's an amazing depiction nonetheless. I love how abstract and expressionistic this deck is, and it really, really shines in certain cards, in my opinion, more than it does in others. But oh gods, and this one is a great example of that. I very much enjoy this Temperance card. I also love the color scheme. I've said this before. The Red Raven Tarot has one of my favorite color schemes: black, gray, white, and red. Just amazing use of those colors. This color palette is just amazing. Love, 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 love it, love it. The other thing that I wanted to mention about this Temperance card is that this Temperance card is not really aiming for anything. It seems like this is not aiming for any creation or any sort of synthesis at all. There is some of that happening, but I don't think that it's intentional. The only reason why I say it is because of the eye over here. That's what the eye is letting me know. The eye on the cup. It just feels very toxic. It feels very without purpose. It feels just unintentional, and it just feels like a burst of stuff just like being poured into this vessel that really doesn't need to carry anything. And I really, really enjoy it. It's amazing. I love this Temperance card. Looking at the Temperance cards, I think you guys are going to notice that I like temperances that are more abstract and more expressionistic than anything else. But moving on to my second honorable mention, and that is the Temperance card, Rename the Flow, from the Dream of Nile Tarot by the amazing Emma Zhang. I just so very much love this card. I am so happy that it is Happy, the god of the annual flood from ancient Egypt, that is being depicted in this card. Did not expect this to be the god chosen to depict the Temperance card, but it makes total sense. Happy is a twin deity from ancient Egypt. One side is supposed to represent the upper kingdom, and it's represented by a papyrus, as you guys can see over here. And the other side is meant to represent the lower kingdom, and that's represented by a lotus flower, which we really don't see here. And I'm not really sure why Emma didn't add just one lotus flower. Would have been nice. But I mean, it's fine. I really enjoy this. I'm not really sure how familiar you guys are with the Egyptian pantheon and the lore and the myth of the Nile, but this is the Nile used to flood every year. I'm not really sure if that happens anymore. Humans destroy everything, guys. But this fusion of the upper and the lower kingdom into Happy, and how well this god represents flow and that dynamic wave of God's, what is the word that I'm trying to look for? Well, then flow, that dynamic wave of flow. I think that's the reason why Emma renamed this Flow, more because of what Happy represents than anything to do with Temperance. I shouldn't say he. I'm not really sure. Happy was a minor deity in the Egyptian pantheon, but he was so important to the Egyptians annually that they decided, I mean, the Nile flooded every year. So they decided to give Happy this embodiment and this place in their culture. And it vibes so well for various reasons. Happy is the vessel of the Nile, right? And Happy overflows every year because there's just so much offering done, or there's so much use that the Egyptians used to get from the Nile that it made sense that the Nile would flood every year because it was such an important part of their culture, right? So this makes total sense to me. I love the alligators over here drinking the Nile. This is also part of the mythology. I really enjoy that. The other thing is that we usually see Temperance in this mixture of things, but here what we're seeing is I feel like this is more synthesis. We're seeing two different parts of the Nile being coming together here in the center, and then flowing again out into the mouth of these alligators. That vibes very well with how I read Temperance, because there is a flow to Temperance that needs to happen. You know, you're mixing a lot of stuff together, or I don't want to say a lot of stuff because that sounds convoluted for the Temperance card. But you're mixing more than two very important things together to make one cohesive thing. And that needs to show, that needs to flow, that needs to be there and be present. And this card just makes me happy. I love the green in the background. That also reminds me of the Nile. Not that I have ever been in the Nile, but in pictures of the Nile, you can see how there's this green bias to the Nile, and I think it's because of the algae at the bottom. I could totally be wrong about that. I don't know. And yes, I know that the Nile didn't really overflow annually because of any of the offerings and all of the use that the Egyptians were, taking advantage of the river. I know it's because it rained a lot in the mountains where the Nile actually gives birth. I mean, it's birth in the mountains. I know that's what it is because there's a lot of rain. But it's just so nice to just fall into the mythology of Hapi and the annual floods in the Nile. I'm very knowledgeable. Maybe that's not the best word. I'm a dork for the Egyptian pantheon. I just love it so much, so much. And actually, this deck it just makes me smile all the time. But yes, here we have the second honorable mention, Flow, from the Dream of Nile Terror by Emma Thang, and here we have the god Hapi being depicted in this illustration. Very happy with this. I very much enjoy this deck, and this is not an exception. This is just very nice, very good. Okay, moving on, because I'm gonna keep talking about the Egyptian pantheon, and we're gonna be here forever. So the first card that I want to show you from my top 3 is the Temperance card from the Terror of the Abyss by the amazing Anatolian. In such a minimal, simple drawing in this white space, in this negative space over here that we're seeing in this card, she managed to convey the feeling of temperance so well. I see synthesis here. I see photosynthesis here. I see this union of water. Oh, I'm sorry, water, water and fire becoming this very beautiful being who is also part of nature and part of the elements. And I very much enjoy this so much. I love the fact that the cups have roots, as if acquiring resources from the earth. That is just such a temperance thing. It is such a good depiction of the temperance card. Very outside of the box, very unique. I love this. Very unique. It's redundant. Quite unique. Some of the cards in this deck could be very dark, and I am so glad that Anna decided to make this one of the exceptions, because it just serves this card so well that there's so much negative space, so much white space in this, because it doesn't need anything more. It's so much more pungent. It's so much more powerful. I love that we're able to see flow from both the fire and the water. I mean, that's amazing. Usually when we think of fire, we never think of flow. We think of spreading and overpowering. There's this just angry feeling that we get from fire, and there's this very passive feeling that we get from water. And I love the fact that they're harmonizing together and creating this full-fledged being. Maybe not full-fledged, but they're going to be eventually. Very much enjoyed this temperance card. I Love the verdants in her hair. That's just amazing. Very much like this. The reason why it's because in photosynthesis, you need water, you need warmth, and I feel like that's what Anna was trying to depict here. The right combination of substances and the right combination of items thus create harmony. And this is exactly what I love to see. Also, if you think about it in alchemical terms, this makes also very much sense. There's a combining of two opposite elements into one that serves very well. I'm not really sure if you guys are able to see, but the cups are, oh jeez, hopefully please. Let's see. They have a little detail on them. In one of the cups, this one over here, looks like it could be a vulva, and one of the cards over here looks like it could be a fertilized egg. I could totally be wrong. Anna doesn't really talk about it in the guidebook, so I'm not really sure. But that's what I'm choosing to see, and it just makes, again, very much sense to me with the Temperance card being this union of a lot of different things, or actually being the union of opposites, right? And this sort of marriage that happens, and I really like it. We have a vessel, and then we have a fertile egg over here, and that makes sense. Especially when you bringing alchemy over here, and this could be the start of the homunculus. Again, maybe I'm reading too much into this card, but it's just so good. The symbology is just amazing. I'm using this deck is just so good. But yeah, so this is my third favorite. As you can see as well, it's very abstract and very expressionistic as well. That's a trend, like I said, from the Temperance card. I think I like that for the Temperance card. I love more of a feeling than a meaning being transmitted. Okay, but I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna continue on. Let's see. And the second favorite representation of the Temperance card is over here. We have Alchemy from the Tosiel Tarot by Tosiel. This is just such an exaltation of art and alchemy. This golden angel in the process of creating alchemy, in the process of creating art, them being art themselves is just so good. I love the gold colors for this card as well. It just makes me think that they have achieved what alchemists were said to achieve. Well, one of the goals of the alchemist, which was, obtaining gold out of lead. And this, I feel like this is exactly what happened. This being was able to create gold from lead, and now they're moving on to something else. Maybe the what is it? The stone, the Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone. Oh, goodness gracious! Yes, maybe they're now moving on into creating the Philosopher's Stone. And if history is any indication of their success, I believe that they will be successful. Love the fact that we see this cauldron over here. It just it makes me very happy because with very few tools, this being is able to create, is able to mix together elements and bring them into harmony, and I very much enjoy that. That is excellent representation for this Temperance card. The other thing that I love about this Temperance card is the background. I'm reading the guidebook for the Tosiel Tarot. He thankfully released a guidebook on his website. I'm gonna link it down below so that you guys can see it, and if you want, you can read it. It's just amazing. I love to hear artists' take on their art, and with Tasil is not an exception. He's such a wonderful artist, and he gave us such a wonderful thought deck. I mean, this is the first thought deck re-imaging that I've actually enjoyed. Now there's a second one, but I'm not going to talk about that one yet because yeah, I feel like it's going to be a surprise for all of us. But moving on, what I was going to say about the background is that I enjoy very much the colors in the background. This reminds me of the Taro's original colors. We can see the green, the orange, and the reds, and I just very much love this. This feels like a Venus flytrap on the back, or some sort of maw, and that makes me think of the Abyss as well, and which just enriches this alchemy card because it doesn't matter where this being is, they're still able to practice their craft, to practice their science, to practice their art, and there is absolutely nothing that that anything can do to prevent them from doing research, from experimenting, from being temperate. I very, very much enjoy this Temperance card. Well, actually, it's called Alchemy, but yes. I also love the humanoid creature aspect that this card gives me. I mean, I think I know that it's supposed to depict an angel. This is probably more close related to what an angel looks like because it doesn't. God, if anybody reads the descriptions of angels from the Bible, they're just probably going to be horrified for the end of their days. Like I was when I was little. That was not good for good God. Oh. But as in any case, I'm just drinking electrolytes, guys. I'm in the middle of the desert, and it's already 3-digit degrees right now. I think it's 103, and it's just gonna get worse from here, guys. Just gonna get worse. Not very pleasant. But yes, drink electrolytes, drink water, guys. Hydrate yourself, especially if you're in the desert like me. But moving on. But moving on from this alchemy card, I think I've talked about this alchemy card before, and I talked a little bit more about it when I did the walkthrough or the flip through from the Tasil Tarot. But yes, or maybe I said that I was going to talk about it over here. But the other striking thing about this card is the fact that we have them in a nest. I don't know if you guys are able to see, but they are in some sort of nest over here. You see that there's like twigs and other, or maybe these are bones, guys. Which just adds to the macabre aspect of this deck, and just another touch that I really, really enjoy. Yes, very happy with the with this alchemy rendition, and I'm also now noticing that we have fire and water coming together here in the middle. I missed that. I don't know how I missed that, but okay. So there's even more union. There's more combination. There's even more harmony here than I thought. So love this. Love this. I don't know if you guys can see here, but we have sulfur and we have salt as well. So this makes me think that these are both the Empress and the Emperor combined into one angelic being. I think I can talk about this for days, guys, because this is just an amazing card. I very much like it. Tasil did an excellent job on this card. Actually, Tasil did an excellent job on the deck. But yeah, okay. So moving on to my first pick and my favorite depiction of the Temperance card. And here we have the Temperance card from Terror of the Starbound Fantasia by Taylor Ellis. Gods. So for those of us who don't know, this is what an angel looks like, guys. This facsimile being trying to depict a human and an abstract concept like the combination of fire and water creating light and harmony and unity. This is what that angel looks like. Gods, this is just so good. Love the fact that we have all of the elements here represented in one way or another. We have water, we have fire, we have air in the wings of the angel, and also we have earth. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we have a green, let's see if I can pull it up. And we have a green foot over here and a yellow foot touching the ground, and just the energy pulsating in the ground into the earth and expanding that harmony that Temperance loves to give us. Very much enjoy that. Very much enjoy this. There's a lot of things that, so I'm going to go quick because there's a lot of things that I want to point out in this Temperance card. First of all, the composition, even though is asymmetrical over here at the bottom, as you guys can see, it's still a great composition. It's still balanced out. I am not very sure why that is. I think it's because there's equal amount of white space over here and equal amount of black space over here, which negates the negative space in the composition. So I think that's why it's working. I could be wrong and I could be totally making this up. I am pretty sure that Taylor did not do this on purpose. Or maybe he did. I don't know. But we do see the image being balanced in the bottom as well as on the top, as you guys can see. I love that we have the nod to the yin yang and we have the nod to fire and water as well, being in balance and being present in this balance. The energy here flowing around them. It's just so good. Just so well done. I love the divinity aspect of this Temperance card. Love also the monster / beast aspect of this Temperance card. I feel like one of the goals that we have as humans is to tame our own instincts, and I know that that aligns better with the Strength card, but for some of us out there, there is an aspect of beast and there's an aspect of human that exists separate from each other, and they need to come together. And I feel like that is better portrayed in Temperance versus the Strength card, where we are aware that there is a beast self inside of us and there is a more human side inside of us, and we just have to reconcile the two. This is what that Temperance means to me, or this is what this Temperance is giving me. I also love the fact that we have gods, I wish I would have brought the Lovers, but these two beings over here they also show up in the Lovers card. They show up as these beasts, and now that they're combined here at the center with this core, this energetic core that's just giving them the power and the will to mix together, not only over here in this center, but also over here into this vessel. That is also very much Temperance for me. I just enjoy this very, very much. I love the fact that we have a passive and an active element coming together over here into this, and the fact that this could be potentially time or maybe an illuminated vessel. It's so good, guys. There's synthesis here, there's mixing here, there is combination here, there is divinity here, there is beast here, there's monster here. Not to mention that the card is just so beautiful. The other thing that I was going to mention is that I am very glad that Taylor instead decided to go with black on this background instead of white like Anna did for the other Temperance card, because it just, it feels like the light that they're creating over here is just emanating from them as well. So that's how perfect their harmony is, that they are able to do this and be the light in the dark. It's amazing representation of the Temperance card, and I also love the fact that this is also quite abstract and expressionistic. This I don't believe that it would be surreal. I think that it would be expressionistic, and it would be abstract. But the fantasy aspect of this is just also mind blowing. It's an excellent Temperance card. Love the fact that we still have this sort of angel creature monster thing in the illustration. This just makes me incredibly happy. The other thing that I think is one of the reasons, or yeah, one of the reasons why I like this card is because it feels like there's an expansion as well. I love when creators, artists are able to provide an expansion to the cards. And this is what the Temperance is giving me. There's an expansion here that I'm seeing, and I very much enjoy that. Yeah. So there you have it, guys. These are my favorite representations of the Temperance cards from the decks that I have. Please let me know in the comments below which is your favorite representation of the Temperance card. I would very much love to know. Or also let me know what what's your favorite of the ones that I picked. But thank you so much for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye bye, YouTube. Okay. Gods. If I flex too hard, this shirt is gonna rip off of me. So tight.